Where am I? What is this place?
His heart pounded in his chest as if it would leap out. The darkness around him seemed to have a tangible presence, and a low, ghostly laugh echoed in his mind. He quickly took a deep breath, forcing himself to stay calm, mentally reminding himself this was just part of the trial, and facing it was the true path to becoming a summoner of the strange.
I don't know who you are, but I will face you. Face everything.
His voice was firm, his resolve clear. His mind flickered with past challenges in time. He was forced to face the unknown, to walk further, regardless of the fear. This time would be no different.
You can't handle all of this.
The voice returned, dripping with disdain. The dark presence seemed to mock him, growing heavier in the air, making his breath catch.
Of course, it belongs to me.
He clenched his teeth, forcing himself forward, feeling the weight of each step as though he were carrying a mountain.
Do you really think the power you've gained is truly yours? You're just an awakened apprentice of the summoner. Do you think you can withstand the truth of this world?
The voice in the dark was thick with contempt, and an icy chill seemed to fill the air.
I am ready. No matter what the truth is, I will uncover it.
He spoke with determination, his foot stepping into the unknown with each stride. The pressure of the darkness seemed to push against him, but he resisted. There was no turning back now. As soon as his words left his mouth, the cold atmosphere intensified. The dark forces swirled around him like invisible hands pulling at his body. His legs felt heavy, as if he were walking through thick mud, each step dragging him deeper. He glanced over his shoulder, but the darkness remained endless, as though it was swallowing his every hope. He knew that retreat was not an option. If he stepped back now, he would never overcome this obstacle. This oppressive force was, perhaps, the key to his next growth.
Golden light,
He whispered, trying to summon the power of the golden entity, hoping for some support.
Hold on, manhwa. You stand at the starting point of becoming a summoner of the strange. Everything firm here on will be decided by you. Remember, power comes from the persistence within, not the challenges firm without.
The voice of the golden entity filled his mind, its tone soft yet resolute. He felt warmth flow through his hand, the power of the golden entity coursing through his body like a soothing stream. The familiar force surged within him, as if the chains binding him were now broken. With the surge of golden energy, the pressure of the darkness began to loosen. His heartbeat returned to normal, and his steps grew lighter. The mocking laughter in the dark gradually faded, replaced by an eerie silence that seemed to hold its breath, waiting for him to take the final step. But just as he prepared to step into the depths of the darkness once more, the space around him rippled violently. A hum echoed through the air, and it felt as though something vast was awakening.
what is this?
He gasped in surprise, nervously scanning his surroundings. The abyss of darkness twisted into a massive vortex, spinning faster and faster. He felt every inch of his body being drawn into its pull, as if the vortex were a vast maw ready to consume him.
Golden light, help me.
He called out desperately, his voice shaking as the vortex pulled at him.
This is just the beginning of the trial. What you face now is the abyss of your own soul. Only by crossing it will you truly become a summoner of the strange.
The voice of the golden entity came quickly, its tone firm yet encouraging. Meng Zhuang could feel the entity's strength flowing within him, urging him onward. Meng Zhuang took a deep breath, trying to steady his rapidly fraying nerves. The vortex before him was like an enormous web, entangling him with its pull. The force of the abyss seemed to tear at him, threatening to rip him apart. Yet, deep inside, his resolve remained strong. He no longer feared it.
I am not afraid.
He growled through clenched teeth, planting his foot firmly on the ground. As soon as his foot struck the ground, the speed of the vortex's rotation increased dramatically. The air shrieked with a piercing sound, and Meng Zhuang felt himself yanked forcefully into the center. His body was instantly drawn into the dark, swirling more.
Are you ready to face the truth?
The voice returned, no longer a mere echo but a real, tangible threat. The words seemed to tempt him, luring him toward an irreversible fate.
I will not retreat.
Meng Zhuang's voice rang out with conviction, his determination unshaken. The power of the golden entity surged within him, unlocking deeper potential. With a mighty shout, he felt the vortex shake violently, the space around him seeming to tear apart. His body was thrust into a new dimension. The world around him faded into a dim haze. His feet faltered, and he fell forward. Just as he prepared to regain his balance, a wave of searing heat washed over him. The surrounding darkness dissipated, replaced by a pale, blinding light. He found himself standing in a strange place in an ancient hall. The walls were adorned with intricate carvings of strange symbols. In the center of the room was a massive altar, upon which rested a large crystal ball that emanated a mysterious glow.
What is this place?
His voice was filled with curiosity, his gaze drawn to the crystal ball as his mind raced with questions.
You have stepped onto the path of summoning the strange. The challenges ahead will be the toughest battle between you and your own power.
The voice echoed in his mind once more, cold and commanding. Meng Zuan's eyes were locked on the crystal ball, his heart racing. What truth did it hold? He knew this was a crucial moment in his journey, a moment that would shape his future, intertwined with the power he had obtained. As he approached the altar, the glow of the crystal ball intensified, as if waiting for him to make contact.